Hey everyone and welcome to Popcorn, the show formerly known as Herding Cats Perth Film and Theatre News. Now you may notice that I'm alone on the couch. There's no Jeff. Well, that's because my evil plan worked. And we got rid of him. Just kidding, we've just banished him to the basement so he can continue to edit the show. But he'll be popping in every now and then. Well, it's been Fringe Festival time here in Perth, so I hope everyone got out to see a lot of the 600 or so acts that have been on for the last 2 weeks. At the tail end of it, we got to speak to Miss Gail Force, Queen of the Mermaids, who has set up her fish tank at the Pleasure Garden in Northbridge. Let's take a look. Hi, I'm here at the Fringe World Pleasure Garden in the fish tank with Queen of the Mermaids, Miss Gail Force. Gail, thanks for being on the show.
My pleasure, Beck.
Great. Now, tell me a bit about the mermaids. How long have you been a mermaid?
I've been a mermaid on and off for about the last decade, originally with a company called the Flying Lotars and then independently for my company Fliptease, and for on and off the last 5 years with Fringe Festival.
Okay, so tell me a bit about the highs and lows of the Fringe Festival.
Well, definitely one of our lows was losing our tank early on in the season, opening day in fact. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of water safety. But fortunately, we have this little tank, which means we can still have a little bit of mermaid fun and be out here for the kids.
It's perfectly serviceable. I'm having a great time just paddling my feet.
Oh, we love it. It's not too splashy and just the right temperature today.
Excellent. So some of the highlights.
Oh, definitely. We had a guest mermaid in here last week, Marcel Leconte, and he was in his full top and tails, as in a full suit jacket with tails and his mermaid tails, having an argument with a French girl for 30 minutes over the plausibility of mermen in the tank. But mermaids were real, just not mermen.
Just not mermen, especially in a full suit.
But especially screaming French for half an hour between them. It was fantastic.
So even though this is a smaller tank, it's actually still packing a bit of a punch water-wise. How much water does it take to fill?
There's about 6.5 metric tonnes in here of water. It is a heavy little tank and it's reinforced steel and double glazed acrylic.
Wow, that is a huge amount of weight for something that looks kind of small to the untrained eye.
That's right. It's still a big tank. We're just used to having a bigger one, which the other tank is about 13.5 tonnes when it's full.
Wow.
Including human body weight, but water you have to assume is like liquid concrete.
Exactly. And of course, water, there's a lot of safety issues with not just the swimming, but also things that can be waterborne.
That's right. So we have constant bacteria tests, water checking, chemical management, all the sorts of bits and pieces. It's about a 1 to 2 hour process and managing the tank each day before we swim in there.
Wow, so you really look after your mermaids.
Absolutely. Waterborne bacteria and viruses are incredibly dangerous, not just for the mermaids, but also for the public, so we have to constantly monitor it.
Great. Well, thanks so much for talking to us, Gail. We'll hope to see you at the Fringe.
We hope so too. See you soon.
Thanks. And thanks to Miss Gail Force of the Mermaids for speaking with us. We hope to see you again at next year's Fringe Fest. Well, Cinefest Oz is still several months away. It's not until August the 26th to the 30th down in the Margaret River and Busselton area. But they are calling on entries for feature films for their top prize of $100,000. So get your entries in if you're a feature filmmaker. You know who you are. Last year, you may remember Paper Planes took out the top prize. So this year, it'd be nice to see an adult film take away the top adult film. Okay, maybe that was not the best way of phrasing it. A grown-up film. We would like to see a grown-up film win this year. Guys, I bet if you had $10,000 for your artistic endeavour, you'd probably want another $10,000 to finish it off. So you're going to want to listen to this. Match 2015 is a crowdfunding campaign that will match you dollar for dollar for your crowdfunding if selected. You're going to want to hop onto the Creative Partnerships or the Australian Cultural Fund website for details, and don't forget it closes on March 9th, so you better get a move on. Screen West Coast Vision's funding round is about to end. Entries close on March the 9th, so if you have a well-developed, well-budgeted and well-thought-out feature film that is in need of funding, I think there's about 2 of you, so get a move on March 9th. Well, Perth International Arts Festival is in full swing, seeing as the Fringe Festival closed just this weekend, so we've still got another 4 weeks of entertainment to empty your pockets into. The Perth Writers' Festival starts this week, and don't forget to check out the films at Somerville and the Joondalup Pines. And unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you would have noticed the giants that graced Perth with their presence last weekend. We actually went down there to check it all out. Hey guys, I'm here at Langley Park for the kickoff of the Perth International Arts Festival, starting with the phenomenal journey of the giants. Now let's go over there and see the little girl waking up. As you can see, the little girl is awake and on the move, and it's such a beautiful day down here at Langley Park, but we're all beating the heat. And as you can see hopefully you can see behind me, it's quite the feat of engineering and puppetry, but we'll follow her on her journey. Hey guys, as you can see here on Barrack Street, the crowds are going crazy before the giant, not so little girl comes walking up here. Everyone in Perth seems to be out in force today, and it's a Friday, so excellent. She's going to be approaching us any minute now, so we'll actually get to see all the volunteers and puppeteers involved in moving this giant puppet up the Perth streets. Well, it was a huge spectacle, but unfortunately you would have seen more of the crowds than the giants themselves, as even though they walked slowly around the city, they seemed to pick up the pace as they got anywhere near you. But a great time was had by everyone in Perth, and the entire state basically that showed up that weekend. Well, thanks for joining us on the inaugural episode of Popcorn, the show formerly known as, and I'm not going to go into the old title because it's dead to us now. Popcorn is the way to go, it's the way of the future. Now, if you have anyone in mind, or if you would like to grace the couch with me and be a co-host, please come at us, we'll put you through your paces.